Hey, how's it going, everybody? Figured I'd maybe try to do a little midweek longer video update here since, that's kind of what YouTube likes. Now we know what I'm going to talk about. We'll talk about some things. I'm in the middle of week 2 here, day 18, which is pretty crazy that we've got this far. I talked about in some of my shorts how the other day I was driving to work, and I don't really know what caused it, but it really just hit me like that I'm in the middle of actually getting myself clean, fit, and sober. Like I'm actually doing it right now. Like we are in the mix, in the midst of just really making that dream come true, which is a dream. Like I said, I've been addicted to everything for probably about 12 years is how long I've been doing drugs and alcohol. But you don't want to quit right away, of course, right? You don't start and then immediately like, oh, I got a problem. No, you think it's great. You think everything's fine. You don't start off in hell, right? So it's probably been like 6 years of me really wanting to quit and not being able to make it happen. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm driving to work, like, fuck, like we're really doing it right now. That was like day 16. Like we're day 16 in right now, half a month of clean, fit, and sober. And he's kind of hit me like, but you could lose it at any time, and how it's like, we're making it happen, but it's all up to you to keep making it happen. And if you don't make it happen, it'll be on you. And how I don't, and the best part about these videos to me, I haven't really talked about yet, is, maybe people wonder, why did you start making these videos? It was sort of just to, it lets me just kind of like talk about and get things off my mind, but as well as kind of like keeps me accountable to people and to myself. Like it's already very shameful and very hard to, admit your problems, right? To come to terms that you have these issues and you need to fix yourself, which is, why a lot of people, in my opinion, struggle with lots of things in life, is they can't look themselves in the eyes and tell themselves that you need to be better and that you need to, stop lying to yourself, right? Like you need to admit your problems. So with that, I don't want to have to like make another video and be like, I fucked up, my bad, let me restart, right? Like I don't want to have to do that. I've done that to myself plenty. So this was like a great way of like kind of like making me more accountable to like an audience of people and people watching, you know what I mean? And, make it even more shameful. Like I don't want to have to go through the shame of relapsing and redoing all that again, you know what I mean? On camera, like that would be terrible, bro. It would be so miserable to have to go on here and be like, fuck. Um, yeah. So that's a big part of why I started making the videos, you know what I mean? And as I've gotten more, clean, fit, and sober, and I've gotten more and more days, I've started to find more and more joy in making the videos. So I started making the other channels and stuff like that, and just like talking, you know what I mean? And I found it very therapeutic almost. These kind of like every morning and every night I do those update videos, those shorts, where I just kind of get off whatever I did during the day, talk about whatever I did during the day, just kind of, mull over my own thoughts to myself. So that's been really cool and really nice. And then I started making some of those, a couple of Seafood Tower reviews, which I'm going to do like one a week, probably on like Thursdays. So I've released that first one. Those are the hardest for the editing point. Like I got to learn how to make like better videos and cut better and things like that. That's a process. We're going to do another one this week. We're going to take a little more time on the editing process, I think, this time. That's nice. And then the bartending point of view videos that I've also been making have been great. Great responses to that on both TikTok and YouTube. Actually, one of my videos has got over 3,500 views so far. It's the most I have on one of those, me making like a party meal at work. It's just this giant, like Moscow Mule and this huge 128-ounce copper mug that we have there, which is always fun. I love my job, right? I mean, it definitely is a part of the reason why it's been so hard to get clean, being a bartender. But I've been bartending since I was 18 years old, right out of high school. And you brought me out of my shell, and I'm a very people person now. I'm not good at sitting in the office. I did the Publix management thing for the deli for a while and stuff like that, and it's just not who I am, right? So I'm really thankful that I've managed to come here and get clean so far and sober while still bartending. I am in the mix of actually getting my insurance license. I'm actually pretty close. I'm to scheduling the exam for the first time and seeing if I pass. But I'm still going to bartend, while I do that. Thankfully, I'll be working for my father when I do that. So, we'll work out a schedule. It'll be fine. But and I'm blessed for that. Right. But I originally wanted to do that as a way to get myself clean, fit, and sober. But now that I'm already clean, fit, and sober, I'm just looking at it as another way to make more money on top of making some bartender money, which is always very good. It's the hardest part about leaving bartending is the money is ridiculous, right? It's why despite all my addiction and all the money I would waste, which if I told you guys how much money I waste, you wouldn't believe it. Easily, probably more easily though, at least $2,000 a month on just drugs and alcohol. Like, no problem. You know what I mean? which is just, it's wild how much, over 10 years, think about that. Like, just like, ugh, it makes me disgusted thinking to myself, right? I mean, I even lost my house originally. Like, yeah, so we've lost a lot of money doing this shit. So don't do drugs, kids. They're bad for you. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give like a little midweek update. Things are going great right now. We're just working a ton, and I'm loving it. We're just trying to grind, make money. I got some pretty lofty goals. I'll be 32 here very soon. I'll be making a big up video for that. It's gonna be a big day when I hit 32. But then by 33, I got some lofty goals of things I want to accomplish and have within this like year, which I'll talk about in a different video. But that's why we're on this grind right now. That's why we're working so much. That's why we're trying to get these things accomplished and done as soon as possible. Try to grow our audience, things like that, just to keep myself busy and just to grind. I got time I got to catch up. I've wasted a lot of freaking time, so we got work to do, boys. But we are clean, fit, and sober. We're super happy about that shit. I love it so much now. I don't even think about other shit. All I think about is the grind. We just got back from the gym. Had a great day so far. We're gonna go get some food. I am super hungry right now. But this is the little midweek update. We'll probably start doing these a little more often, a little more longer content videos. I know they're really good for YouTube. I like to make them. I like to just talk. I love to hear myself talk. But with that, I am blessed to say that I am clean, fit, and sober. Thank you to God. Always thank you to God. He has done so much to make my life better. I need to start praying more, and I really need to start going to church. But I cannot thank God enough for the way he's changed my life over these last 18 days. I owe it all to him. And I'm very grateful. So with that, though, I love you guys, and I will see you Saturday for my 3-week update.